So here we are. Welcome to our first live class. We've never done this before, so thank you guys for being here. We are excited to be here. I'm going to lead the first part, then I'm going to hand it off to Lauren, so it's going to be about half and half. So kind of like my regular Sunday classes, I'm going to do a little meditation at the beginning, and then we will just get into a little flow, and then Lauren's going to wind it down with some yin. So why don't we just get started right now? So obviously we're all in kind of a weird spot at the moment because we're quarantined. But I've also been considering lately how important it is just to use this opportunity to your benefit in the ways that you can. So one thing, we were just listening to a podcast on the way over here with Jack Kornfield, who's a really famous Buddhist teacher and scholar. And he was kind of talking about how this is the ultimate opportunity for you to practice your ability to stay calm in a situation that's really pushing your boundaries. So, you guys know, if you've been in my class before, I tend to push a little bit. And when we're holding these poses, when we're staying in these tough positions, and when we're trying to breathe through it, that is all really a metaphor for what we're all going through right now. So just do your best to breathe, take breaks when you need to. But that being said, why don't we get started with a little seated meditation. You can lie down if you want to. I'm going to take a seat. You choose. So since you guys may not have blocks at home, we're not using blocks or props either, so just do your best. Just close your eyes, relax your shoulders back and down. Feel all the muscles in your face completely relax. So as you begin to notice your breath, just simply do that, just notice it. Don't worry about taking big breaths or anything like that. Just notice your body as a cloud of sensations. So rather than thinking of the literal, this is my foot sensation, just kind of notice the sensations around where your foot may be. Continue that idea up through the rest of your body. Doing your best just to gradually begin to notice everything that's happening all at once. Take a moment to notice those anxiety muscles, so try and relax your shoulders once again. Notice you may feel tightness in your chest, in your neck. Just consciously focusing on those places that have been tight and tense for the last week and a half, 2 weeks. Just take 5 more big breaths here. Really focusing on the breath from the very beginning to the very end of each breathing cycle. Watch where your mind goes. Once you finish that 5th breath, just come to a forward fold, either with knees bent or legs straight. Providing a little bit of relief for your back and your shoulders. Let your head hang towards the floor. And from this position, taking your time, bring yourself to a tabletop position, so hands and knees. Once you get to hands and knees, just move around a little bit. Feel your hips and your shoulders. Maybe some cat-cows. Again, just about 5 breaths. This time, focusing on movement. Focusing on coordinating your breath with your movement. All right, then when you're ready, turn your fingertips back towards your knees. So if you need to walk your hands back a little bit, maybe the heels of the hands come down, maybe they don't. Just finding some compassion for your body, so shoulders down away from your ears. Lean into the tight spaces, so maybe pedaling the heels of your hands up and down once or twice. Then find a little lift through your chest like you're doing a cow pose, and then just lean back a little bit more. One more big breath in. Now with your exhale, nice slow release. Turn your hands around, walk your hands out towards the corners of your mat, so way far forward. Leave your knees and your hips where they are, just dip your chest down. Looking up very carefully, so listen to your neck. And just feel that engagement in your upper back. Inhale one more time. And with your exhale, elbows to the floor, rock your weight forward to a tabletop position on your elbows and step your feet back to a plank. So, we're going to start with some scapular shrugs for our first movement here. So walk your elbows a little bit wider apart so you have some space here. So the idea is to dip your chest down towards the ground and squeeze your shoulder blades together with your inhale. Now with your exhale, push the floor away a lot. So we're going to do 5 of these just to activate the shoulders. Straight legs or knees down. Inhale, dip down. Exhale, press up. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Press all the way to the top and hold. Straight legs if you can. Tuck your tailbone under so your low back's a little bit flatter so you're not arching your back too much. Take 2 more big breaths here and just feel that activation. And then knees, hips down to the floor, finding the Sphinx pose. Find a little bit of a pull here. Find a little lift to your chest. So if you need to walk your elbows forward a little bit, please do. Just find the slightest drag here. So instead of pulling back and rounding your back, think about lifting your chest up, broadening through your collarbones, and pulling back through your elbows and your palms. Just turn and look over your right shoulder. So just see this connection on the whole right side of your body. Just start to bend your right leg and just kind of see what happens. Just bend it as much as you feel like you need to feel that activation. Really pull with your right arm. And then just switch. Nice and easy, bring it around the other side. It's almost like you're looking back at your left foot. Really pull, bend your knee. And then nice and easy back to the center. Let's just tilt your head back a little bit, just as far as your neck allows, and then bend both knees. Hold both arms. Inhale one more time. Now with your exhale, shins to the floor. Press into your palms. Push yourself all the way back to a child's pose. Spread your fingers really wide, get long through the sides of your body. Rocking your hips back towards your heels as best you can. Inhale one more time. Now with your exhale, tuck your toes. Lift your hips up, downward facing dog. First one of the day. Take your time. Working with bent knees, straight-ish arms. Spread your fingers really wide.
I bend my knees a lot in a downward dog because it gives me a little bit more leverage to move my hips around. Stick your butt out, press back, chest to thighs as best you can. With a big inhale, lift your right leg up in the air. Just hang out up there, see how everything feels. See how this changes the dynamic of that backside of your body. Now, nice and easy, start to look up between your thumbs, as close as you can get to looking up between your thumbs, and then just bend your right leg. So notice we get some of that same dynamic engagement across the right side of our body, and then just dip your left heel down towards the floor very gently. You're just kind of pulsing up and down. A bent knee is a good thing here. Inhale one more time. Then with your exhale, swing your right foot all the way through. Set your right foot down at the front of the mat. Come to this low lunge position, back knee to the ground. Inhale, both hands up towards the ceiling. Exhale, find a little back bend. Cactus elbows. Just reach your hands back, interlace your fingers, reach your knuckles down towards the floor. Again, squeezing your shoulder blades back and down, find a little lift to your chest. Just find the slightest grip with the front foot, pressing down and pulling back. Inhale one more time, wide collarbones. Exhale, release, both hands up towards the ceiling. Inhale, long through both arms. Exhale, right hand reaches down, just find a little tilt to the right. So instead of collapsing down here, see if you can open your chest towards the ceiling at the left side just a little bit more. Sink down into the front heel, drop over a little bit further like you're trying to touch the floor. Inhale, both hands up. Exhale, both hands down. Tiptoe your foot forward a few more inches. Peel your toes back. Take a big breath in. Now with your exhale, just straighten your leg. Let's do that 2 more times. Inhale, rebend your knee. Exhale, straighten it out. Remember, not forcing anything. Last one. Exhale, straighten. Toes back is more important than a straight leg. Left fingertips to the ground, right hand to the sky. Shoulders back and down. Spiraling open just a little bit more. Prolong from your tailbone all the way through the crown of your head. Inhale one more time. Exhale, both hands to the floor. Rebending your knee, finding that lunge. Maybe slide the foot back a touch. Back knee lifts. Finding this runner's lunge position. Inhale, chest high. Exhale, sink your hips down. Inhale one more time. Now with your exhale, leaning forward, step your left foot up to meet your right foot. Inhale, halfway lift, flat back. Exhale, all the way down. 2 more. Inhale, flat spine, push your shins away. Exhale down. Last time, inhale, chest lifts. Exhale, fold. Bend your knees, reverse swan dive all the way up towards the ceiling. Get long through your whole body. Exhale, back bend. Inhale, both hands up. Exhale, swan dive all the way to the floor. Inhale, halfway. Exhale, hands down, step back, find your plank position. Lean forward a little bit, knees down. Slowly lower your belly, chest, chin down to the ground. Inhale, baby cobra pose. Exhale, tuck your toes, downward facing dog. Again, just pedal your feet out a little bit. It's still early in the morning, so we're just kind of getting moving. And then when you're ready, lift your left leg up towards the ceiling. So starting with a little bend in the right leg, that's a standing leg. Now just look up as much as your neck feels comfortable, and then start to bend your knee. Continue to press your chest back towards your right thigh, and then just play around with dipping your right heel down towards the ground. Just feeling the tension in that Achilles tendon, the calf. Inhale, lift your knee a little bit higher, dip your heel down a little bit more. Now with your exhale, swing your foot forward. Set it down at the fronts. Back knee to the floor, both hands to the sky. Inhale, reach. Exhale, a little back bend. Sweep your hands back. Clasp your hands with the other thumb and pinky on top. Slide your hands down towards the floor, shoulders back, chest lifts. Keep sinking in, keep reaching, keep dragging back with the front foot. Inhale one more time. Exhale, both hands to the sky. Take a little side bend to the left, so left hand reaches down, right hand drops over the left side. Continue to reach through both arms. So you're reaching down and reaching up simultaneously. You really feel that stretch to the right side of your body. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, sink in a little bit more. Take one more big breath here. Good. Inhale, both hands up. Exhale, both hands down. Slide your foot forward, an inch or two or three. Peel your toes back first, and then just straighten your leg a little bit. 2 more times. Inhale, rebend the knee, chest lifts. Exhale, straighten it out. Inhale, rebend. Exhale, straighten. Now listen to your body. As you lengthen through your spine, pulling your toes back, right fingertips down, left hand to the sky. So a little balance element here, a little twist, working in the hamstrings, feeling the IT band. Get long through both arms. Open your chest a little bit wider. One more big breath in. Now with your exhale, both hands to the floor. Slide your foot back as much as you need to. Tuck your back toes, lift your back knee up. Inhale, chest lifts. Exhale, sink your hips down. Inhale one more time. Now with your exhale, step it forward, both feet to the front. Inhale, halfway up. Exhale, all the way down. Inhale, reach hands up towards the ceiling, get long. Exhale, back bend. Inhale, both hands up. Exhale, swan dive down. Inhale, halfway. Exhale, hands to the floor, step back, finding your plank position once again. Grip the ground with your fingertips, lean forward. This time, optional, leave knees up, lower down slowly. Inhale, chest as high as you need to go. Exhale, tuck your toes, downward facing dog. Pedaling both feet out, just one more big breath here. Tilt your tailbone up, push the floor away, get long through the sides of your body. Inhale, hips back. Exhale, step or jump to the front of the mat, both feet. Inhale, halfway. Exhale, fold. Squat down, chair pose. So arms overhead, hands in prayer position, or I like fingertips to the back of your head. Elbows really wide, sink in nice and low. We're gonna take 5 breaths here. Make sure you can see your knees in front of or your toes in front of your knees. I'm just gonna check in with you guys and make sure you can see everything okay. So,
leaving us in a really hard pose.
yeah, exactly. You guys like how I picked the most fun one? Okay. Just give me a thumbs up if everything looks good, guys. Okay, fingertips down to the floor. Inhale, halfway up. Exhale, hands down, step back, find your plank position. Lower down slowly.
Put it back on full screen, right?
Inhale, lift your chest, yes. Exhale, tuck your toes, downward facing dog. Inhale, right leg up. Exhale, swing your right foot forward, set it down once again, front of the mat, low lunge. Inhale, chest high. Exhale, hands to the sky, crescent pose. Inhale, reach. Exhale, find that little back bend again. Inhale, both hands up. Exhale, right hand down, left hand reaches. Same thing, we're just elevated this time. Sink it a little bit deeper to the hips. Back knee lifts, back heel lifts. Drop over the right just a little bit more. Inhale, one more time. Now with your exhale, windmill your left hand down to the floor. Right hand up. Inhale, open your chest. Exhale, just straighten your right leg a little bit. Inhale, rebend your knee. Exhale, both hands down. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, left leg high, standing split, front of the mat. Inhale, lift it up. Exhale, set it down at the front. Inhale, halfway. Exhale, fold down. Squat down, chair pose, round 2. We're gonna move around a little bit more here. Inhale, long arms. Exhale, heels up, sweep your hands back. Inhale, reach. Exhale, sweep. One more time, inhale. Exhale, sweep your hands back. Lift your chest a little bit higher, sink down a little bit deeper. Heels really up high off the floor as best you can. Inhale one more time. Exhale, heels down, straight legs. Inhale, get long. Exhale, swan dive down. Inhale, halfway up. Exhale, hands down, step back. Lower down slowly. Inhale, chest up. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale, left leg up. Exhale, swing it forward. Set it down. Long spine. Exhale, crescent. Inhale, reach. Exhale, back bend. Inhale, hands high. Exhale, bend to the left. Sink it in deep. Again, as if you're trying to touch your left fingertips to the floor. Inhale, reach a little bit longer. Exhale, windmill your right hand to the floor, left hand to the sky, taking the twist, fingertips palm on the ground. Open your chest. With your next exhale, just straighten the front leg. Again, listening to your body. Inhale, rebend your knee. Exhale, both hands to frame your foot. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, lift. Inhale, reach. Exhale, set it down to the front. Inhale, halfway up. Exhale, fold down. Inhale, hands high, get long. Exhale, back bend. Inhale, hands up. Exhale, squat down. So notice we're both bringing our hands into a prayer position. It's just a little bit easier on your shoulders. Lift your heels up just like you did before. Now, listen to your body. Again, if you have any knee issues or anything, your body's going to tell you when to stop. Start to sink in. We're going to come about halfway down. We're going to hang out down here. Lauren's like, why did I decide to do this class with you? Hopefully you guys are not thinking the same thing. Heels a little bit higher. Sink in one more time. At least I'm suffering too. Inhale, one more time. Exhale, heels down all the way up. Inhale, reach. Exhale, swan dive down. Inhale, halfway. Exhale, hands to the floor, step back. Lower down slowly with control. Inhale, chest up. Exhale, downward facing dog. Take 5 big breaths. So we got about 10 more minutes of me doing the work here, and then we're going to transition into a yin practice.
So we're gonna work extra hard for 10 minutes?
So we're going to work extra hard for 10 minutes is basically what I'm trying to tell you. All right, guys, here we go. Inhale, right leg up. Exhale, swing it forward, set it down. Inhale, chest high. Exhale, crescent. Inhale, reach. Exhale, back bend. Hands up. Bend to the right. One more breath here. Sink it a little bit deeper. Now, super slow motion for about 3 breaths. Just start extending your arms back and forward. So left arm forward, right hand back. And then slow motion. Remember, find that patience in a tough time. At the last moment, set your left fingertips or palm down on the ground. Inhale, open your chest a little bit wider. Exhale, slow motion, straighten your front leg. Rotate your left hip point forward, right hip back. Inhale, open a little bit wider. Now with your exhale, rebend your front knee. Both hands down to the ground. Inhale, chest up. Exhale, standing split. Inhale, lift. Exhale, squeeze it in, knee to nose. Inhale, lift. Exhale, draw it all the way through, standing all the way up. Just onto your right foot. If you're standing on a little bit of carpet like we are, you're gonna move around a little bit, just breaks the burn. I'm burping like Rick from Rick and Morty. Sorry guys. So we're gonna take a little twist here. Take your right hand to the outside of your left thigh. Slowly begin to reach your left hand back. Shoulders down away from your ears. Okay, so reach your right hand forward. So you're keeping this twist, and then kick your left heel straight forward. Stand up as tall as you can. Now a little bend in the standing leg. Inhale one more time. The transition is to a half moon pose. Sweep your foot back. Again, slow motion. Finding that patience in these times of challenge. Maybe fingertips to shin, maybe fingertips to the ground, maybe hug your hand off the floor, maybe let your gaze drift over to the left, maybe even up towards the ceiling. Remember, if you fall down, just get right back up again. Inhale one more time. Now with your exhale, bend your knees, step your way back to a warrior 2. Straight, strong back leg, both feet gripping the ground, shoulders down away from your ears. Wiggle your fingertips a little bit to make sure you're not taking it too seriously. Relax your jaw. Inhale, hinge it forward. Exhale, reverse your warrior. Inhale, reach a little bit longer. Exhale, sink in a little bit deeper. Inhale one more time. And with your exhale, windmill both hands down to the floor. Back heel lifts. Inhale, chest up. Exhale, left hand down. Step both feet back into a side plank with your left hand on the ground. You can always put your left knee down if you need to. Now, you can stay here, or you can pull your right knee in towards your chest, or you can grab your right big toe and start to kick your heel forward, maybe even up. For 5, 4, 3, 2, if you're grabbing something, release. Now with 1, step both feet back, set both hands on the ground. Inhale, lean it forward. Exhale, lower down slowly. Inhale, slide through, chest lifts. Tuck your toes, downward facing dog. All right guys, 5 big breaths. One more time, we're gonna do that cycle. One more time. Allow your neck to get as long as it can be. So just shake your head yes and no, release some tension here. All right, here we go. Inhale, left leg up. Exhale, swing it forward, set it down. Inhale, chest high. Exhale, crescent. And then my right foot's still cooking. Inhale, reach. Exhale, back bend. Inhale, both hands up. Exhale, side bend left. And we're taking that slow motion transition into a revolved crescent pose. So when you're ready, start to sweep your left hand back, right hand forward. And as if a weight in that right hand is just slowly carrying you down towards the floor. Fingertips or palm to the ground. Inhale, open your chest. Exhale, slow motion, straighten out the front leg. Just feel it a little bit. Inhale one more time. Exhale, re-bend, both hands to the floor. Inhale, chest up. Exhale, right leg lifts. Inhale, a little bit higher. Exhale, knee to nose. Inhale, lift it up. Exhale, squeeze it in, follow through, come all the way up to standing. Use all those muscles in your feet, your hamstrings, your glutes. Knee to chest, fall down for a second, then get right back into it like my wife here. So when you're ready, left hand to the outside of your right knee, stand up nice and tall. Taking the twist as you reach your right hand back. Now when you're ready, extending your left hand forward, and then kicking your left leg forward. Continue to stand up as tall as you can. Now remember, we're moving into this half moon pose here in just a second. One motion. Inhale, standing tall. Exhale, sweep it back. Feel all those little micro movements happening to get you there. Fingertips to the floor, to shin, lengthen through your spine so you're not collapsing down to get there. Try and find some length from your lifted heel all the way through the crown of your head. Open a little bit wider. One more big breath. Then bend your front leg as quietly as you can. Set your right foot down at the back of the mat. Find your warrior two position. Sink into it, finding the slightest little scissoring motion like you're trying to pull your feet together. Sink it a little bit deeper, tall spine. Inhale, lean in forward just a bit. Exhale, reverse your warrior. Just 3 big breaths. Inhale one more time. Exhale, windmill, both hands to the floor, back heel lifts. Inhale, lengthen through the spine. Exhale, right hand down, step your right foot back to, or left foot back to meet your right foot. Finding your side plank. So you can use your top leg as a kickstand, you can pull your knee towards your chest, maybe grab your big toe like you did on the other side. Maybe kick your heel forward. Maybe draw it up towards the ceiling. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Slow, careful release. Both feet down, both hands down. Lean it forward. Lower down, knees down or not. Hold your chaturanga. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Belly all the way down to the ground. Inhale, chest lifts, and extend both arms forward. Almost done with you. Reaching both hands forward. Lift your thumbs up, lift your legs. Everything engaged. Looking down instead of forward. Don't look up towards the camera like I'm doing right now. Look down towards the mat. Lift everything up 1 more inch. And then palms down to the floor. Rock your weight back until your elbows are on the ground. Once again, finding that tabletop position with elbows down, right where we started. Tuck your toes, lift your knees up, press back into a dolphin pose. Do your best to tilt your tailbone towards the ceiling, press your chest back, and part of the reason that I always have you guys do this pose is because I need it too. Press back a little bit more. Do your best to relax your neck. All right. Now we'll press one palm down, press the other palm down, either one elbow at a time or both elbows at once. Lift your elbows off the ground, downward facing dog. Inhale, press your hips back. Exhale, step or jump through onto your butt. Heels up, coming into a boat pose. Okay, just a little bit of core movements. Palms together, lift your legs up, bent knees is totally fine. Take a twist like you're trying to touch your hands to the right and to the left. 20, 19, 18, 17, 16, 15, 14, 13, 12, 11, 10, 9, 8, don't forget to breathe. 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Both hands to the floor on either side of your legs. Straightish legs. Lift up. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Low boat pose. Bend your knees if you need to. Reaching hands forward. For 5, 4, 3, let it shake. 2, and 1. That's right. Alright guys, close your eyes. Lloyd's gonna take over. I'm gonna do one more check-in just to make sure everybody's doing okay. You can go ahead and get started, babe.
Okay. All right, everybody.
Claire, can I get a thumbs up and make sure you guys are doing okay? Yeah, all around.
Good?
Cool, thanks guys. Okay, it's Lauren's show.
Yay! Can I have a watch? We're sharing a watch to keep track of time because apparently we forgot that detail this morning. All right, so I'm gonna try to do this without props for you guys today. But if you do have like a pillow or something handy, maybe grab that just for your own comfort. And I thought it might be fun to do a little bit of hips today because we
Fun.
fun. That's Cameron's idea of fun. This is my idea of fun. So when we are stressed out or fearful, anxious, the muscles that tend to get really tight is like the psoas, the hip area, and the shoulders and neck. Because instinctually, it's our protective mechanism to kind of round in, come in to protect ourselves. So these muscles get really tight. So I was hoping to do a little bit of hips and maybe squeeze in some shoulder neck at the end if I have enough time. So let's get going. So let's start out with, we'll come into pigeon pose. So, and I'll show a modification for you if you have sensitive knees or hips or lower back, because sometimes this can irritate. But if you're in tabletop, you'll take your right knee to your right wrist, and then you'll tick-tock the foot out to the side just a little bit. Tuck the back toes and pop the back knee back a little bit. And you'll just slowly start to walk your hands forward and come to a comfortable resting position. Now this might be where the pillow comes in handy. If you need a modification, just roll over onto your back. And then with bent knees, you're gonna cross the right ankle over the left knee and hug the left knee into the chest, keeping the right foot flexed. So this is just an alternate option. So whatever feels best for your body, take that variation. And then we'll start to settle in. So we'll start to relax the lower jaw towards the heart. And let's take a big breath in together. And exhale. And just start to notice sensations in the right hip. Maybe even in the lower back. And just sit with it for a few breaths, just noticing. See if you can lengthen the breath a little bit. Letting your body kind of unwind and unfold. And if you feel there's a little bit of space, if you want to come in a little bit deeper here, you can, making some adjustments with the body. Maybe crawling the right foot forward a little bit. Just allow the breath to grow a little bit deeper. See if you can feel and start to sense the belly expanding with every inhale and feel like contracting with every exhale. Notice if there's something that your hips or some part of your body is holding on to. And see if you can start to let that go just a little bit. Releasing, finding a little bit more relaxation. How can you get just a little bit more comfortable here? Take one more big breath in, fill up the lungs. And exhale. We're slowly going to lift ourselves up. And then we'll swing the left leg around or switch sides however you like it. You can do tabletop if you want. And take the right knee back. Inhale, lengthen through the spine, and exhale, coming down onto the left side. And we're holding these postures for several minutes, allowing for us to lean into our edge. There will be a point where you feel your body start to settle. It's like we're always gripping and holding on, and then one moment it just gently settles into the pose, and that's where you want to be. Making any adjustments, seeing if you can get just a little bit more comfortable. And just lengthen the breath a little bit here. Noticing the belly expanding on an inhale and contracting on an exhale. See if you can let go of some tension somewhere in the body that you're still holding on to. See if you can relax that area just a little bit. That doesn't mean come deeper. It just means finding a softness. Finding this safe balance between too much and not enough. Start to notice any sensations in the left hip and sit with them for just a few breaths. For this last little bit here, see if you can come a little bit deeper. If that feels okay for your body. Take one more big breath in and exhale. We'll gently press ourselves up and out of pose, and swing your legs forward. Take your hands behind us. Lengthen the legs out in front, and we'll windshield waver the legs side to side. Ay, ay, ay. And then slowly, we're going to work into our psoas a little bit here. So I want to remind you that we're not going to go to our full extent of flexibility, especially in this pose, because the psoas can tend to be a little bit sensitive. So it's best to go a lot before that, and then allow, once you feel like the psoas is softening and calming, and that's deep grind area. So this area, once that feels like it's ready to soften, you can kind of come a little bit deeper. So front pose.
I know.
Cameron loves this one. I picked it out special for him. So you're going to turn like long ways on your mat, or like sideways on your mat, because you want to have cushion for your knees, because we'll be here for a while. So you'll take your knees out wide, and then if you can't, if you have sensitive knees, bring your ankles in closer to each other. If your knees are okay, then you can take your ankles out wider than your hips, and then flexing the feet, point the toes out to either side. And now I'm not at my full expression here. I could go deeper, but I'm gonna start with this. And we'll just walk our hands down to the mat or to the floor. And we're gonna do a little test here. So you're gonna inhale and make kind of like a cow pose. So belly drops, chest lifts, and then you'll walk your hands and elbows back and just see if you can feel a nice stretch there. If you do, then that'll be your pose. If not, crawl your hands forward and exhale, cat pose, rounding in the arching in the upper back, and then maybe crawl the hands back and see if that option feels better. Then you may hold there. So I'm going to come back to the first option. I felt more with that one. So I'm just going to inhale, cow pose, and then situate back, but I'm not going so far back that I feel like discomfort. We're just feeling a gentle, light stretch. And then maybe your gaze can be down on the floor, or maybe your eyes can be closed. And just try to relax the muscles in the face, and the forehead and jaw. And then notice if one of your legs or hips is kind of gripping, there's like tension there, it won't relax. Just notice that. And if you can, find a softness there. And just visualize the hips releasing and relaxing here. As we lengthen the breath, deep inhale through the nose, deep exhale out of the nose. Now, if it feels safe for you, you can come a little bit deeper, so maybe widening the stance just a little bit and allowing the hips to drop a little more. And then if that feels like a little too much, you can come back, scale it back a little bit. Just listen to your body here. Make sure you're lengthening the breath again. And notice if your hips or your legs are tensing up again, and then just relax them, release that tension once again. Allowing you to let go of whatever it is you're holding on to. That might be anxiety or fear. We're all facing a lot of that right now, so be compassionate with your body. To allow for a safe space right now for your body to gently relax and unfold. No judgment. And for this last little bit here, notice if the hips are tensing up again, relax them once again, relax the legs. And just notice the sensations in the hips that you're feeling right now. Lengthen the breath a little bit more. One more inhale. And gently we'll slowly crawl our hands forward and let our hips come down to the floor. Then slowly scooch the legs in. slithering out. And press yourself back up. That's the best way I know to get out of that pose, honestly. Whew.
Almost terrible. In the best possible way.
Yeah, because you liked it. All right, so now we're gonna get into the hamstrings a little bit. If you have a block or maybe just a little surface that's kind of stable near you, a couch, a coffee table, you might want to hold on to that with like one hand. And we'll go ahead and we'll step our right foot forward and heel toe the right foot forward and then flex the toes back towards the face. And remember this, like Cameron said earlier, this leg does not have to be straight here. It can be bent, but you want to think about hinging at the hips. So if you're rounding and you're here and to get your hands to the floor, this is where something to balance might come in handy, because you want to think about keeping the spine straight and just hinging from the hips. So whenever you find your expression of this posture, take a big breath in and exhale. And just start to notice sensation in the back of the leg. What does the stretch feel like for you right now? Just notice, sit with and feel all sensations in the leg. If you'd like to, you can come a little bit deeper if that feels right for you. Remember, not coming past our limit. You'll start to feel the body kind of settle, and then you'll know that you can move forward a little bit. So it kind of relaxes in the pose and it becomes a little bit more space, and that's when you want to come forward, not before then. Lengthening the breath. Big breath in. Big breath out. And then we'll slowly begin to add on to this. If you like, you can stay here, or you can start to crawl your hands out onto the outside of the right leg. If you want, you can put the toes down, and you'll feel that kind of more like an IT band, maybe even on the top of the ankle, or you can keep heels up and see which variation feels better for you. And again, just noticing any sensation that you feel, and the one that seems the loudest, sit with that one for a moment. Just sense into it. And notice if any emotions arise, or thoughts, or memories, or tension. one more big breath in. And exhale. We'll slowly come back through center. Slide your right foot back. And let's do like a cat-cow to reset. So inhale, belly drops. Exhale, arching around. And maybe take your hips to your heels for a moment. And then we'll slowly come to the other side. So left foot comes forward, heel to that foot far forward. Take the toes up, resting on the heel. And again, if you need to balance on something, hold on to that. Left knee can be bent. And then we'll just go ahead and inhale, straight spine. Exhale, fold in. And right now, we're just trying to breathe deep. So finding that length in the breath. And then just finding the most comfortable position here. So that balance between too much and not enough. And we'll listen for when the body settles. And then when the body settles, that's your cue to come a little bit deeper. So leaning in. So we lean into the edge. Relaxing the muscles in the face. Maybe if your body is settled here, you can come a little deeper. If not, wait for it. Don't push for force. And see where your body's holding on to tension. Where is that tension building? See if you can soften there. And again, if you'd like to stay here, you can. Otherwise, you can start to walk your hands on the outside of the left leg. And maybe put the toes down if that feels good for you. Or keeping them up, whatever variation you like. And noticing what new sensations pop up. How can you continue to lengthen through the breath, lengthen through the spine? And can you relax something just a little bit more? Finding that softness. See if you can notice if the sensation is changing or moving. What does that feel like? And we'll take one more big breath in. And exhale, gently crawl the hands around. Pull this left knee back, and then windshield wiper the hips side to side. Ooh. Maybe even dropping the hips forward if that feels good. And maybe back. All right, And then we're gonna work into the shoulders and neck. So me personally, I think when I'm stressed or feeling anxious, I'll notice my shoulders are like this a little bit. I'm like exaggerating that, but they're kind of like a little bit always tense. So I wanted to dedicate a little bit of that time to shoulder and neck. So we'll just do some, I guess, non-traditional yin movements, but stretches. Cameron's staring off into the abyss right now. I was like, what are you looking at? So we'll go ahead and walk our fingertips out to the right. So you can sit on your heels or cross-legged or wherever. You can sit in a chair if you want, actually. And you'll just crawl your fingertips out to the right. And then we'll look over to the left. Actually, I take that back. We'll just take our left ear to our left shoulder first. And then you can use your left hand to come up and over and grab the head to kind of lengthen. So I'm not pressing down, I'm pulling, I'm lengthening so you can get this nice stretching here. And then if you like, you can lift your right arm up. And I already feel something there, so it can stay there. Or if you like, you can flip your palm up. Or move that hand around like up and down, maybe back. And just kind of exploring, where does there feel like there's a tight spot? And maybe you want to look down at your left, where your left pant pocket would be. So gazing down at my left hip, that might feel nice. And we're really just exploring, maybe look up and looking for what is that tight spot for us. And then once you find it, okay, I found it. So stay there and then take a couple deep breaths. And then close your eyes if they aren't already. And imagine with every inhale, you're lengthening that tension, that muscle. And every exhale, some of that tension is just relaxing and dissolving. Inhale, lengthening. Exhale, releasing. And just sit here with the sensation just like this, lengthening and releasing that muscle for just a few breaths. Take one more big breath in. And exhale. You can take your left hand to the left cheek, press your head back up. And then we'll switch sides. So left fingertips crawl out. First, we'll just take our right ear to our right shoulder. And then right hand can come up and over to assist pulling, not pushing. So pulling, lengthening. And then maybe we'll lift the hand up, down, palm up or down, back or forward, just finding that sweet spot. And then maybe you're looking down at your pant pocket or looking up, or just moving your head around till you find that nice stretch and release of tension. And it may feel and look different than the other side. And just allow for that. And then again, we'll imagine lengthening that tense tissue on an inhale. And exhale, imagining it's dissolving. Inhale, lengthening. Exhale, releasing. And again, just like that, continuing for a few breaths. Really stay with that sensation. Notice what it feels like. And we'll take one more big breath in and exhale. Slowly, you can take your right hand to your right cheek, press your head up to neutral. And we'll just slowly let our chin roll down towards our chest. Maybe even rounding the spine, curling, and just stretching the whole spine. And take a breath or two there. And then inhale, gently rolling back up if that feels okay for your body. And then again, we'll take chin down to the chest, but we'll roll our right ear to our right shoulder. Take a moment and pause there and exhale slowly. Go as slow as possible so you can feel those tight spots coming back to center. No rush. And then gently coming left ear to left shoulder, but going as slow as you can. Making sure you take the time to feel into those tight spots. And then just back, chin down to chest. Slow. And then to the right ear, right shoulder. And again, back to center. Taking our time to get there. And left ear to left shoulder. Maybe pausing if that feels good. Allowing the lower jaw to relax, coming back to center once more. And we'll slowly roll back up. And just gently look up, maybe tilting the head back just a little bit, but not more than feels okay for your head and neck. And then just take the chin down to chest. And then looking back up. And chin to chest. And looking back up. One more round. And look back up. And then some little shoulder shrugs, circles, maybe in both directions. All right, guys, and we'll slowly make our way down to our mats. However you want to set up for your Shavasana. We'll go ahead and set up for that now. Slowly coming onto your backs. Maybe you have a pillow to put behind the knees. Gently tuck the shoulder blades underneath the body and just relax the whole body. Let the arms fall out to either side. If you have a wall handy, you could do legs at the wall. And we'll just take a big breath in together. And exhale out of the mouth. And one more time, this time we'll relax on the exhale. Inhale. Exhale, let the whole body relax. And just let the body be heavy. Getting any last little wiggles or fidgets out of the way. And just let your body melt into the floor.
can start to wiggle fingers and toes. And freedom to stay right where you are, or if you'd like, you can reach the arms up overhead and stretch. And if you like, you can bring your right knee into the chest, or you can continue staying in your Shavasana for the rest of the day. And then crossing the knee over to the left, looking to the right for just a moment if that feels good. And then coming back through center, switching sides, squeezing the left knee in, and maybe crossing the knee to the right, looking to the left. And then slowly coming back through center, squeezing both knees into the chest. And if you like, you can roll to your right side using your right arm as a pillow. Press your left hand into the floor and press yourself up to seated. Hands come to heart center. And we'll close our practice today with gratitude, being grateful for our healthy bodies and our healthy minds, the ability to be able to come here and virtually practice yoga with each other today, being grateful for all the opportunities we've had in our lives, and especially all the opportunities we have not had in our lives, because that's what helped shape and form us into the unique individuals that we are. Now take just a moment to say any of your own gratitude to yourself now. Recognizing the importance of staying grateful right now in the midst of everything going on, and having compassion for yourself if you're having a difficult time with that at this moment. And I just want to say thank you for practicing with Cameron and I today. We both hope that you finish this class feeling better than when you started. Namaste.
Most guys.
All right, namaste to all you guys.
Thank you guys.